Most people never truly find out what they're capable of because they let fear and the thought of failure control their lives. They live by what they dread, not what they want. This isn't really living. It's like slowly suffocating. The biggest prison isn't made of walls and bars. It's in your mind. It's the hidden trap of fear and failure that catches those who are weak-willed or don't know any better. But here's the truth. Failure is only the end if you decide it is. And fear is just a feeling in your mind. You were born with the power to control your own mind. The first thing to understand is that there's no shame in failing. Think of failure as simply feedback. It's like life saying, "Not yet, try again, but smarter this time." If you look at successful people, you'll see they all face tough times. Thomas Edison, for example, failed over 10,000 times before inventing the light bulb. Was he a failure? No. He was someone who refused to give up after a temporary setback. You need to know the difference between defeat and failure. Defeat is temporary. It's a pause, not a stop. It's life asking how much you really want something. Failure is only final when you quit. But if you get back up after falling, failure turns into wisdom. And wisdom is incredibly valuable. Someone who becomes unhookable from failure is someone who has learned to shake off setbacks with strong purpose. They see every tough moment as a stepping stone, not a roadblock. And someone unhookable from fear knows that fear is just a lie born from not knowing enough. Kids aren't born afraid. We learn fear from others who've given into it. When fear tries to enter your mind, use your faith to push it away. When failure whispers, "You're not good enough," let your strong purpose shout back, "I am more than enough, and I won't be stopped." Faith and purpose are like two strong forces that make you unbreakable. To become truly unhookable, look at what's hooking you. It's not failure itself, but what you make failure mean. It's not fear itself, but the stories you tell yourself about what might go wrong. Both fear and faith use your imagination. The same mind that can fill you with doubt can also fill you with great ideas. Be careful how you use it. You can't have both fear and faith ruling your mind. Either fear controls you, or faith guides you. Either failure defines you, or purpose improves you. You, with your ability to think, must choose which voice lives in your mind. This choice is your right, but it's also your responsibility. Many people are held back not by their problems, but by how they see their problems. Someone born poor can become rich. Someone who's been mocked can become a leader. But if you believe you're a victim, you'll never move forward because your thoughts are holding you back, not life itself. Having a positive attitude is like a secret path through the scary parts of life. With it, you see challenges as chances to grow and problems as hidden blessings. You don't ignore difficulties. You just refuse to be defeated by them. You realize that life isn't happening to you, but for you. Even your failures help you grow, like fire refines metal. The most important things in life are good health, peace of mind, and freedom from fear. You can have all the money in the world, but still be tormented by fear and regret. But someone with faith, peace, and courage is truly rich, no matter how much money they have. To truly become unhookable from fear and failure, you need a stronger foundation than just your feelings. Feelings change often, but purpose is lasting. It's not affected by your mood or the weather. It's like a compass always pointing north, no matter how lost you feel. What makes truly great people different from ordinary ones? It's not just talent, smarts, or luck. It's resolve, a quiet, stubborn decision that says, "I will not stop." Resolve protects you from the pain of failure and the poison of fear. And this resolve comes from a clear purpose, a burning desire supported by faith. If you want to become unhookable, don't just read these words. live them. Don't just admire great people. Become one yourself. List your fears, then look them in the eye and ask, what proof do you have? You'll probably find that most fears are just illusions with no real power. Fears like criticism, poverty, old age, death, or loss are mental tricks. You must conquer fear to master life. As long as fear controls your mind, your decisions will be weak, your efforts half-hearted, and your potential unreached. Life doesn't give you what you want. It gives you what you are. If you're timid, life won't hand you big successes. If you lack faith, life won't bring you miracles. But if you step forward with courage and vision, life will open doors to abundance. The unhookable person doesn't wait for luck. They create success through action, discipline, and unwavering faith. They know luck comes from preparation and opportunity, and preparation is completely in your hands. Every minute you spend worrying is a minute taken from preparing. Every hour you spend doubting is an hour stolen for progress. So, you must choose. Will fear or faith rule your world? Will failure or purpose define you? And remember, not deciding is still a decision to stay weak. No one reaches greatness by staying in a valley of doubt. You must become unhookable because the world doesn't give its rewards to the timid. It gives its treasures to those who keep going when others back down. It rewards the person who falls, gets hurt, cries, and still says, I will not quit. That person may be bent, but they won't be broken. Wounded, but not wasted. Tested, but not defeated by fear or failure. They will rise. If I were standing before you now, I wouldn't give you a map. I'd give you a mirror. In that mirror, you'll see your greatest enemy and your greatest friend, your mind. If you train your mind properly, it's the key to all good things. But if you leave it undirected, it becomes a breeding ground for every fear and excuse. Control your thoughts, master your emotions, and build good habits. That's the recipe for an unhookable life. Never forget that your current situation isn't your final destination unless you choose to stay there. With a single decision, backed by consistent action, you can change from doubt to control, from fear to faith, from failure to victory. This journey starts inside you before it shows on the outside. When your mind is clear of fear and disciplined by faith, no storm, defeat, or challenge can truly destroy you. You will rise above it all because you've found the secret. You are the master of your destiny, not by chance, but by the power of your thoughts. And with this power, you can now choose to be free from everything that once held you back. This process starts with an inner promise, a quiet but firm commitment that you won't just react to life, but you'll design your responses. Failure won't define you. Fear won't control you. You're not here just to survive. You're here to win. Failure isn't permanent. It's just a lesson you need to learn to reach your next level of strength and influence. Look at your past. Haven't you survived every difficulty, every mistake, every moment of despair until now? What makes you think you can't survive the next one? You are not weak. You're simply unaware of your own inner strength. No one is a victim unless they allow themselves to be. And anyone who allows fear to rule or failure to break them is living below their true potential. There's something amazing and unstoppable inside you. Until you believe this, you'll live a limited life. The moment you accept that all your conditions come from things you control, your thoughts, your beliefs, your reactions, that's when you begin to break free. You stop begging for power and start commanding it. You don't just pray for miracles. You expect them, not out of arrogance, but because you're aligned with the natural law of growth. This law is fair. It gives you exactly what you demand, as long as you back it up with action and belief. That's the heart of taking initiative. That's where greatness begins. Here's an important principle. Most fears, like shadows, seem bigger than they are. The closer you get to them, the smaller they become. Fear is always exaggerated in your mind. Facing it head-on makes it shrink to its real size. Action is the enemy of fear. Don't wait until you feel brave. Move even if you're trembling. Speak even if your voice shakes. Act even if your knees are knocking. You'll discover that courage isn't the absence of fear, but the decision to do it anyway. To become unhookable, you need the right surroundings. A negative attitude spreads easily, but so does a positive one. Choose your friends and influences carefully. If you spend time with people who only talk about limits and what they lack, you'll start doing the same. But if you connect with people who see opportunity in every challenge, your mind will flourish with faith and strength. Your environment also includes your inner conversations. What do you tell yourself when no one else is around? If you put yourself down, you program yourself for failure. If you doubt yourself, you create hesitation. But if you speak to yourself with power, confidence, and love, your subconscious mind will begin to create a reality that matches your positive self-image. Your subconscious mind takes every instruction you give it, good or bad. It will build a palace or a prison based on your instructions. Give it fear, and it will produce failure. Give it faith, and it will bring you success. This is why self-talk, auto-suggestion, is a powerful tool. By repeating truths, strong statements, and visions, you rewrite what your subconscious believes. Once your belief changes, your actions change. Your actions then create results, and those results strengthen your belief. This is the upward cycle of success. But understand, this isn't a quick fix. Becoming unhookable isn't about finding an easy way out. It's about building a new identity. You're creating mental armor, and armor isn't made instantly. It's forged in fire, hammered by pressure, and strengthened through practice. So, when you fall again, and you will, remember this: falling isn't the same as failing. Failing is only final when you refuse to get up. The person who becomes unhookable from fear and failure has decided beforehand that nothing will stop them. Not ever. They don't ignore pain or pretend life is easy. They simply refuse to let difficulties control their destiny. They're driven not by comfort, but by their calling. And that calling, their clear purpose, supports them when everything else seems to fall apart. Let me speak directly to your heart. You weren't made for small things. You weren't born just to get by, to barely survive, or to tiptoe through life hoping to reach death safely. You were born to rise, to build, to lead. But before you can lead others, you must first lead yourself out of the prison of fear and the grave of failure. That internal journey, though unseen by the world, is the greatest victory you'll ever achieve. Because when you master yourself, there are no enemies left to fear. So what should you do? You will face your fear. You will name it, analyze it, and take away its power by exposing it to the truth. You will act before you feel completely ready and learn as you go. You will fall and you will rise. And each time you rise, you'll send a message to the universe. I cannot be broken. Your faith will become a burning fire. Your purpose will become a sharp sword. And your mind, once tamed and trained, will become your greatest helper. But you must feed it daily. Starve your mind, and fear will return. Neglect your vision, and failure will reappear. This isn't a one-time thing. It's a lifelong practice. You're either making your mental muscle stronger or weaker every day. There's no middle ground. So, renew your mind each morning. Feed it truth. Affirm your worth. Imagine your victory. Act with urgency. Review your purpose. And protect your mind. Don't let any thought enter that you wouldn't want to shape your future. Because thoughts become things, and you are the one who thinks them. Let the world say you can't. Let critics mock. Let the odds seem impossible. But don't let any of that enter your soul. You are not swayed by doubts. You are grounded in truth, anchored by belief, driven by destiny, and destined for victory. Don't look for easy ways out. Look for strength. Don't wish for things to be easy. Wish for endurance. Don't pray to escape the fire. Pray to be forged in it. Because your true self is only revealed in tough times. This is the path of the unhookable. It's not the easy path, but it's the only path to greatness. There are no lasting achievements without challenges. No mountains of greatness without valleys of fear to cross. You don't climb higher in life by avoiding discomfort. You rise by embracing it, mastering it, and turning it into fuel for progress. The unhookable person sees pain not as punishment, but as preparation. They see every delay as part of a plan, every closed door as a new direction, every defeat as a divine push towards a greater win. This person, who isn't bothered by failure and doesn't listen to fear's whispers, isn't crazy. They're disciplined. Their hope isn't foolish. It's based on universal laws that govern all progress. They know that every seed must break open before it can grow. And so must a person who wants to grow beyond their current self. Don't be discouraged by those who don't understand your journey. It's not for them to understand. Crowds will always question someone who walks alone, but don't confuse being alone with being isolated. The person who walks with purpose is never alone. They walk with power. And even if they're surrounded by silence, their actions will echo forever. What you do today, how you think, what you allow, what you believe, will shape your tomorrow. You aren't waiting for change. You are becoming the change. You aren't asking for rescue. You're remembering that the power to rescue yourself was always inside you, hidden by hesitation and fear. And now that fear is starting to crumble because you've decided you won't wait for the perfect moment anymore. You will act even when uncertain. You will speak even when your voice shakes. You will rise even with trembling legs. Because you've learned that movement gets rid of fear. Taking action, even if it's clumsy, is better than waiting for things to feel safe. If there's one lesson that should stick with you, it's this. You must act. Faith without action is useless. Vision without effort is just a dream. Intention without doing anything is misleading. You might know the rules, you might believe in them, but until you apply them, they won't work for you. This is how the unhookable person stands out from the crowd. They don't just read, they move. They don't just hope, they commit. And once committed, they don't give in to fear. They declare war on hesitation. They make peace with their purpose. At their core, they're a person on fire. It's not luck that lifts them up. It's a powerful law. Not talent, but persistence. Not comfort, but commitment. And this law favors the person who refuses to quit. There will be days when no one notices your effort. Let them be blind. There will be times when the results don't yet show your hard work. Let the delay make you stronger. You're not here for applause. You're here to make an impact. And that impact will come not by chance, but by endurance. Understand this. You are currently in training. Life isn't punishing you. It's preparing you. You're being shaped by the very things you want to avoid. The pressure you feel isn't a sign of failure. It's the beginning of your great potential. Let this truth sink in. Failure is not your enemy. It's your teacher. Fear is not your master. It's a signal to grow. Doubt is not the end. It's the start of deeper belief. You're not being broken. you are being built. And when you realize that everything is working for you, even when it seems to be against you, then you become unstoppable, not a danger to others, but to the limits that once controlled you. You no longer run from pain. You use it to gain wisdom. You no longer shrink from criticism. You get stronger from the feedback. You don't fall apart when rejected. You improve your direction. You understand that others' opinions are just reflections of their own limits, and you're not here to live by their limits. You're here to live by your own vision. Let them talk. Let them doubt. Let them misunderstand. You stay strong. You stay focused. You stay firm in your purpose. Your clear purpose becomes your compass in chaotic times. When storms hit, it centers you. When distractions shout, it calms your soul. When temptation tries to make you shrink, it anchors you to your calling. This clear purpose must be written down, reviewed, and spoken aloud until you deeply know what you're here to do. Without it, you're at the mercy of every feeling. But with it, you're guided by your mission, not your mood. The person who is unhookable from fear and failure isn't careless. They are determined. They don't chase approval. They create results. They don't complain. They work. They don't just wish. They will it to happen. And their will is so strong, so disciplined, and so full of belief that mountains move in their presence. What does this mean for you? It means you must stop looking for easy ways, stop begging for certainty, and stop waiting for permission. You must act now, as you are, with what you have, wherever you are. And if you stumble, let the fall be forward. Let it teach you. Let it make your vision clearer. Let it drive you deeper into your purpose. Because everyone who built anything important, every empire, every invention, every revolution, was first forged in fire. They weren't born fearless. They became fearless. They weren't born unhookable. They became unhookable. And so will you. The fear you once obeyed is now your servant. The failure you once dreaded is now your school. The chains that held you are now broken. The quiet you once found unsettling is now sacred. The doubts that once chased you are now behind you. And ahead of you lies the life you were meant to live. Don't stop now. Don't turn back. Don't dim your inner fire to fit into a world that fears bright flames. You are no longer part of that world. You are rising. You are building. You are becoming. And the world, even if it doesn't see it yet, will soon know that you were here, that you lived, that you overcame, that you stood when others fell, that you stayed faithful when others fled, that you broke through when everything told you to give up, that you, above all, became unhookable. And in that transformation, you found the greatest freedom a person can have. Not freedom from fear or failure, but the power to walk through both and emerge victorious. You are ready. The work is yours. The path is clear. Go forth and build the life no fear can steal and no failure can destroy.